Okay, now before we continue with this this play here, I just want to add an extra point regarding micromanagement. So in Foxhole, I mean commanding, if you're a gunboat commander, the only person you really need to micromanage is the helmsman. Every now and then, the gunners, but very rarely. As long as everybody understands what they need to do in their role and job, the helmsman is the only one that needs to be micromanaged.
Whatever. Sit down. And do exactly what I tell you.
DSRV's away. There's a Russian Alpha about 8,000 yards to starboard.
Captain, I think it's a Konevalov.
Increase the flank.
Increase the flank. How?
That knob, turn right, full. Steer right, 315.
Wait a minute, that hadn't ended torpedo.
Steady bearing still 315.
Estimate range 6,000 yards.
Still 315.
Steer right till this reach, 315.
No, that's wrong. Ryan, don't turn that goddamn wheel.
315.
Now, as fleet commander, ideally, the only thing that you need to micromanage is your recon assets. And even then, you don't even micromanage them. You just give clear directions and relay your intentions. It's the same for everything else. And more often than not, especially in very large fleet engagements, which I've been a part of and I had to lead, you literally just follow me is all the commands you need to do to give to all your combat vessels. More of the all complex stuff is for the recon guys and the logistics, fleet logistics. But yeah, other than that, literally just follow me. Very rarely do you have to call out a play-by-play of how you want to envelop the enemy or flank here and this, that. It does happen, but very rare. So yeah. Contact to left.
Yeah, southwest,
contact battleship.
big ship.
All ahead. Helm, make a course bearing 230. I've got a contact battleship bearing 222, range 130. All gunners target bearing 217, range 130. Stand by to engage.
217.
Still rudder, all ahead flank.
Repeat enemy battleship position. Alright, I see.
210. Come on, engage with me. Come on, follow me in. Go ahead, Bit.
Did you get eyes on that Warden gunboat?
Negative. We are currently maneuvering to west of Isawa to try take a look at the seaport and where you got killed.
Nathan.
Got him. Contact Warden gunboat bearing 075, range 190. He's inside Den of Thieves. Contact Warden gunboat bearing 070, range 200. He's hiding in Den of Thieves. Stand by to engage. Helm, all ahead. Make a course bearing 079.
079, Roger.
Try form up directly behind me. It's going to be a close fit.
Copy.
Contact Warden gunboat bearing 075, range 100 in closing.
Definitely sees. Can't see anybody on the back gun.
Gunner target bearing 108. Right rudder, make a course bearing 098. Starboard gunner, stand by to engage. Contact second gunboat. Contact second gunboat. Right rudder, hard right rudder.
Second gunboat.
Still rudder.
Point blank range of
Bring us, yeah, keep us like this, man. Keep us like this. Hard right rudder. I'm down. Continue maneuvering. Gogazo, I'm down.
Copy that.
My gunboat's still live. My gunboat's still active.
Wants to get on starboard.
Copy that. Collision.
one Warden gunboat.
Distance 58 meters. Dead gunboat.
3 kills.
Can you see other Warden gunboats?
I lost the other one. I'm scanning.
Where'd the other one go, Gogazo?
No visual.
Now let's continue on with this year play. So we had the massive call out. Everyone's now moving in. Gunboat Swarm Tactics. So Gogazo here was quite a little bit confused regarding how this play was supposed to go out. And what they're doing here is correct. You've got everybody in close formation, grouped up. You've found the enemy. And now you're going in to attack. And you do know it's a destroyer. So approaching them all together in a group like this, that's the perfect way to execute it. You're gonna hear Gorg, very snarkily just mentioned how we're cutting off all our lines of fire. That's the trade-off you have to put, because remember, this is This is fleet tactics here. It's not gunboat engagement. This is how the play needs to be made, and certain sacrifices in your capabilities have to be made as well in order for it to succeed. So everything here is pretty much all right. The problem is, however, the execution. And you know what? I'll let the clip run a little bit longer, and I'll get back to it.
Okay. Tone down comms, please.
What's northeast?
There will be no turning down of comms, sir. It's a war game.
This is Warden Navy, bro.
Bam, bam, slow down.
Where do you think you are, son?
Everyone in a line. Everyone in a line here.
You're in the Navy.
Why are you all so fucking slow? Holy shit.
Yeah, that's.
Full speed ahead, guys. Full speed ahead. Let's
Yeah,
go,
guys, let's
go,
block
let's
each
go.
other's line of fire. Make sure to do that.
Stock on the right, guys. Stock on the right. We need to stock on the
Andrew,
right,
just
otherwise we're
get
gonna hit
behind them. You
the
don't
left.
have to move information with them.
So the person calling out the maneuvers here isn't even the fleet commander. It's Robert. I didn't even realize this until now, because of all the shit that's going on. But the formation they're in here is pretty much perfect, because water gunboats, they have most of their firepower in the front and the back, right? It's unlike the colonial gunboat where you have a massive weak spot on the rear, and you can only get the broadsides to have 2 weapon systems employed. For the water gunboat, it's just direct front. You can get 2 weapons, and direct rear, you can get 2. And because the turret is 360, then you have something to cover the sides. So getting in a complete line like this means you got all your firepower concentrated right in the front as you're maneuvering forward, which is how it is supposed to be played out. But regarding combat leadership in like the situation here, my personal style is always be first. All right, you can't lead from behind. And if anybody wants proof, you can literally just watch any of the combat scenarios that we've been in, and there's plenty of it. It's like, I don't know, 30 hours plus of footage. I'm always the guy that's in the front of the column going right at the enemy. And it doesn't matter if it's a single gunboat or a fucking battleship. I'm the guy that's there at the tip of the spear going forward. Because one, it's a tactical thing. For me, if you're going to make plays, right, you need to be the guy in the field right smack dab in the situation so that you can see what is going on. If you're behind, you can only see, you know, through the fog of war, some parts of the battle. You will never see the whole of it. And for me, it's always important to see what the enemy is doing, how they're deployed, see how our guys are deployed, and also keep an eye out for any threats that may jump us from the sides. Obviously, recon helps out in the majority of that. But in a situation like this where you don't have any recon assets, then it's very important that the commander is one. Now, the downside to that is that chances are you're going to get shot to shit and die first. Which, funnily enough, I've been so lucky with all of my combat encounters that even though I was the first into a very bad situation, I'm rarely the first guy to die. But that may not, you know, results may vary for other people watching this. But that's just the way I am. And the problem here is that their fleet commander is behind. He doesn't lead the charge, and as you can see here, Robert is the one making the calls out here to adjust the formation, because he's the one at the front. You know, the fleet commander, he can't see what's going on, and you're gonna hear even more call outs here that, ooh, cringe, man.
No, wait for the signal.
But yeah, if I were to do this, the way I would have played it was I would have just been out in front of literally everybody. If we die, it doesn't matter. But by being in front of your formation and being the first there, you get to size up the situation first, and you get to deploy your guys in the way that is most suitable to win the battle. You may die, but that's just how it is. That's how I've always played it. But yeah, you can see here how not doing that, all the bad things. I'm not saying that you can lead from just having a buffer in between you and all that. I mean, that's the point of having recon in the first place. But yeah, in a situation like this, it's just how it plays out.
Get behind them.
Where's
we're gonna be the indirect boat.
Where's the destroyer? It's no longer on.
Gunner on the obs tower. No. Whoever's on the obs tower is charting.
Let me drive. Let me drive.
There's rocks. Listen. Drivers. There's rocks on your mini map. Avoid the fucking rocks. Whoever's laughing like a goofball, shut the fuck up and mute yourself.
Cry.
So their comm discipline has been shit all around. So I don't know why you now you make that call. But yeah, comm discipline, gentlemen. Usually in 4th Naval, what we do is this: just before we get into action, I think one of the officers or the fleet commander himself will call out, go push the top. Everybody, no exceptions. But yeah, but other than that, man, the minimap thing, that's not how the game works, man. Like, come on. If you're an experienced helmsman, you can use the minimap to try to judge how to get through the bridges, needle through the bridge so you don't have to keep on ramming into the bridge and stopping this and that. But regarding the rocks, not all the rocks show up. And some of these people are using mods, so if it's not updated, the rocks may not even be there. Or they might be, you won't be able to see. That is like terrible. And he has to make that call out because they're all on a single Discord, so they all understand that individual captains can't actually command their own ships because of how bad this whole thing is. So yeah, Jesus Christ.
Lieutenant, why are we stopped? Roger, kidnap Paris. Stand by the 6. Lieutenant, what's the plan? I don't know. You better get Dyke on that radio to me now. Lieutenant, what's the plan? Captain Winner, sir. What's the plan?
People's this way. Come right. Rudder midship, actually. We're fine. Rudder. Yeah,
fuck, the large ship is a submarine. The large ship is a submarine.
This call out here, somebody says it's a submarine. Like, which is the sub? Our ship? The enemy ship? What's going on? And I'm not the only one, because one of the other gunboat captains here then asked, wait, what? The contact is not a destroyer, is it a submarine? No. What's actually happening here, and as I said, everyone here was just going off pure conjecture and guesswork. It's actually a Warden submarine that's engaging the destroyer. It was not a frigate. In which case, no sane person would have tried to make this play, man. If you're a submarine, you can submerge, you can run away, or we ain't gonna save your ass. You save your own ass. If it's a frigate, then different story. It's a surface engagement. Then we can actually, get in and get stuck in and help out. But that's not what happened here. It's actually a Warden submarine that's fighting a colonial destroyer, and yeah, they won't figure that out until they get right into the fight when the guns start firing.
Keep going forward.
God, we're gonna smack the rocks.
Submarine.
Guys, avoid
Go right. Dude, I'm trying. All these guys are running into me.
Come right.
Don't listen.
So there you have, I think the command ship helmsman. Saying he can't do right, he can't turn right because of how tight the formation is. Yeah, that's how it is. That's why you need to be in the front. You need to lead. It's simple because I've done it so many times. You can avoid this by just having everyone follow you and just you micromanage your helmsman, and that way, you don't have to have 6 people individually trying to jockey for position and fight each other. It's, yeah.
It's not a fucking race. Don't ram your friendlies in the rocks.
Destroyer heading south.
I know, right?
That doesn't make sense because, yeah, the helmsman can't see shit, man. The helmsman can pretty much see what the gunner is seeing right here. He can't tell where the rocks are. He can barely tell where the friendlies are. There's like 6 guys in this formation. He can't see the entire formation. They're all a little bit spread out now. It's incredible.
Wait, so that's a sub or destroyer?
There you hear someone ask, call out, which is the sub, which is destroyer?
Looks like we have a sub engaging it.
You see, the problem with saying that these rocks show up on the minimap is that these ones don't.
Eyes on collie boat coming in.
Alright, we're on that.
Direct north. Look, direct.
So someone calls out eyes on a colonial gunboat. I mean, not a colonial gunboat, just literally colonial boat. Like, what are we talking about here? Recon team, gunboat, is your terminology of the destroyer also considered a boat? Because it ain't in where I'm from. But then again, nobody here seems to be able to communicate effectively. So yeah.
Okay, listen up. Quiet down, people. Quiet down. Quiet down. Let's stay cool, people. Procedures, I need another computer up in the RTCC. I want everybody to alert your support teams. Wake up anybody you need, get them in here. Let's work the problem, people. Let's not make things worse by guessing.
Azimuth.
Coming in direct north, guys.
It's a destroyer. It's a destroyer. Inner formation. Don't fucking slam into it single file like idiots.
Hold.
So the commander has, and I didn't show the clip 30 seconds before this, but the fleet commander has been pretty much berating everyone in his regiment at this point. And yeah, just so that everyone understands, I think it's a generational problem, to be honest. No one has been like properly socialized on how these things work. And I'm not saying that you need to be like properly, proper all the time, but simple shit here regarding social groups and relationships. You do not berate your own guys in front of strangers. That gets kept in-house. And you don't do it in the middle of a combat zone, too. That doesn't do any help for anybody. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's what I gotta say for that.
My boat. We're gonna do indirect. My boat indirect.
Okay,
Forward east, Bender. Forward east.
Waiting coordinates.
Okay, so the maneuver here that Roberts pulls off, very impressive. I have never quite seen it done before. So the Colonials, they come in broadside on, which is correct. But what happens here is that they stop and then they ram the aft of the Colonial gunboat and stop immediately and then do the spacebar handbrake turn and line themselves up just behind the gunboat here. And they basically get a free kill. Very impressive. Now, regarding the fleet commander and the callouts here, so like I said, man, you got 20 people in a single Discord now. You have to make callouts like my boat to command your own vessel, going indirect. And I need to let it run for another couple more seconds, and then I'll explain how ridiculous this gets.
Shit.
Focus enemy gunboats. Focus enemy gunboats first.
Okay, immobilized.
Okay, that was the correct call. Why focus the enemy gunboats? Well, because the destroyer has a screen. Now, here's the thing. No one called out that there was a screen. In this entire engagement here, everyone was going off the assumption it was just a lone destroyer engaging a frigate. Then it became a lone destroyer engaging a submarine. And now it's a destroyer with a screen engaging a lone submarine. Jesus Christ. So, since you are the first group on station here, now this is fleet combat tactics here. Your job, because you're a gunboat swarm, a gunboat squadron, the best thing you can do is knock out all the enemy gunboats and do the destroyer second. Because we already have, and I hope I mentioned it at the start of this video, but there's a massive fleet that's already been organized further up north. 2 frigates and like 6 to 8 gunboats, and they're coming down here to, throw down. So you're the secondary detachment here for your fleet. Wiping out the gunboat screen is the best play you could do. The absolute best play, because chances of you actually winning this engagement now, very, very slim. But by wiping out the gunboat screen, you set your rest of your fleet up for success. All right, this is the team play that needs to be made here. So that's the correct call to go for the gunboats. But what happens here is that the commander changes his mind and everybody else doesn't quite catch on to that call out because of all the shit that's going on here. Yeah.
Good job.
Where are they at?
Keep going east. I'll tell you when.
Ceasefire.
Hold us.
He's down.
80, 95, 80, 95, 80, 95, 80, 95.
What you're hearing here is indirect fire orders. Never heard of a call out that before myself, but it is what it is. So what they're gonna do here, gentlemen, is everyone in this squadron is going to indirect fire to destroy it. Now, let me tell you this. The gunboat screen is still active. You've seen 1 kill here. I think somebody else got a kill further up north. Actually, I'm not entirely sure. Actually, I don't think they do, to be honest, considering what happens at the very end. It should, like I said, knock out the screen. That's something you can't achieve with the time that's given to you with the resources available, and it will be very helpful. But no, what they're doing now is that they're switching all their attention to the destroyer, and they're gonna do it in direct fire. So okay, let me explain here. I've never conducted a gunboat attack on a destroyer because I never play Wardens, but I am a destroyer captain, and I'm also specialized in gunboat screens as well. So I've been on the opposite end of this kind of engagement, right? This kind of scenario where you have to defend the destroyer against a gunboat swarm. So I know how it works from that side. I know what it is that the enemy needs to do in order to overwhelm us. So you do not indirect fire a destroyer, okay, gentlemen? The destroyer has 4 120mm cannons and twin 40mm in the front, okay? It also have depth charges on the sides that can also shoot out a little bit. But the way it should be played, and I don't need to be the one saying this because the Wardens have figured this out since War 108, the very first war. They nailed down how gunboat swarm tactics need to be. You need to get in close under the guns and then have a way with your mortars and your cutlass. You don't go toe-to-toe at range with your single mortar cannon against a broadside of a destroyer. That is not how it works. I do not understand why this call was made and why this play happened and why everyone went along with it as well. It blows my goddamn mind, but that's what you're going to see here.
5.
Hold.
Min range, min distance. 75.
We're out of range, Robert.
Keep firing, you're hitting. Min distance. Fire.
Minimum distance 95. Minimum distance 95.
You need to go to azimuth 76, blue. Azimuth 76 now.
So you can barely hear Robert there, but Robert did say hold position here, go indirect. Goizero can't hear because of all the shit that's going on. And also, Goizero kind of knows because he's been on the opposite end of this fight. He's been on the my command for most of these engagements. You need to close in the distance then. But no, they're about to go toe-to-toe with the front 2 turrets. The twin 120mm turret and the twin 40mm turret with their single mortar cannon. And Wedge is trying his absolute best to try to get as much range from his cutler to try to get shots into the side of the ship there. But yeah, that's what's going on here. And everybody else in the formation stops to do the indirect fire. Broadside onto the destroyer. The only people here that tried to make a good play was this group here. I don't know who they were, but they tried rushing in and got absolutely deleted. Good job on the Colonial Destroyer fire control. They managed to focus down the threats that were immediate to them. But yeah, after this, it's over.
76.
Keep firing.
Keep firing, blue.
We're being shot. We lost the guy.
Azimuth 40. Azimuth 38. Azimuth 38, blue. Azimuth 38.
Big master.
Azimuth 38.
Get,
blue.
damn it.
38.
Door right. Gunboat door right. Gunboat door right. Gunboat door right.
Direct fire, blue in front. Direct fire in front, blue. Blue. Trying to get to his rear.
Trying. We're dead.
And that's all she wrote. Yeah. Trying to go toe-to-toe with the destroyer in their advantage. Crazy. And yeah, switching from the good call of trying to engage the gunboats to just go on the destroyer. So in terms of firepower, you had more than enough on paper, that is, to swarm the destroyer. I mean, the least amount of gunboats that have confirmed knocked out the destroyer was literally 2. That happened on Charlie, so take that with a grain of salt. But we've been in engagements where 6 Warden gunboats more than enough to knock out a destroyer. And to be honest, you had a pretty good position because they were just next to Longstone, so there's barely any room to maneuver. You have to jump on them technically. Going straight for them, you do have enough firepower. But as I said, the screen, because no one knew there was a screen and no one was paying attention until you got right up to the destroyer that there was a screen. Yeah, just go knock out the screen and then let your buddies coming down from the north handle the destroyer. But yeah, Jesus Christ. So yeah, that's all for this year review. I think I've touched upon quite a lot of different topics regarding command and control and leadership as well. Probably not going to be able to do another one of these. I don't know. If someone else gives me another clip to do a review on, then I'll gladly do it. But yeah, okay. Thanks for watching.